Yeah, your friend seems really nice.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. So does the dude that you came with.
Who, him?
Hi. Y'all good?
Yeah.
Oh, this is Dro. Him and his wife had an open relationship, so we kind of dated.
What? Molly.
We hooked up, like, a lot. Things got messy, but we good now.
Okay then.
Yeah. Right, Dries. I'm gonna check on Morgan. Let's see how this.
So you understand?
You explained it very clearly.
I did.
I mean, we all got the past. I used to sell Adderall to half my senior class, so.
Welcome back to Insecurity, the official recap podcast for HBO's Insecure. I'm Crissle.
And I'm Hey Fran, hey.
Franiqua, we're at the penultimate episode.
Oh my God. And it answered a lot of questions. And I have to brag. We were on point with a lot. Okay? We have to. Got to take our credit where it's due.
Yes, it answered some questions and it brought up a lot of mess. So let's dive right into it. We open up the episode in Ladera Heights. It's a beautiful day, and Issa and Nathan are touring a house to rent.
Look at that. I know you were happy.
Was I happy, girl?
Yes, you were.
I understand it at this point. That's how I feel about Issa and Nathan. Like, she is dead set on moving past Lawrence, and so she's focusing on this relationship even if it don't feel right. But it does answer the question. It answers the question about whether they gonna move in together, that they were talking about, something to think about. So I guess she done thought, and
she gave it a day and said, let's just do it.
But the house is great. It's close to Nathan's shop, and Issa can take the train to NBW. They got wing stops nearby, 2 bedrooms
Not you
with an
saying
extra half bath.
NBW. Hold on now. She didn't decide on NBW yet. She said it's close to NBW or Crenshaw's.
Okay. All right.
Don't try to force us. Look at you forcing our hand.
Just saying it. But you're right. You're like, technically
just calling it
both.
in.
I'm just saying, but even with the extra half bathroom, because niggas be filthy. Issa remembers what it was like with them all. So, it's perfect. But of course, as soon as they decide that, yes, this is it, the realtor lets them know that somebody else rented it right before they started looking at it.
Relatable content when you are trying to get an apartment. Okay.
Are y'all sure this isn't New York? Because you be having to bring everything you need with you to the tour.
Because that's the only way you're getting this place.
You're not
there are
getting
75 other people that are applying at the same fucking time. I died. That was too real.
Oh, man, it was. So the search continues, but Molly and the other ladies are at work talking when Torian walks up. And he just had a meeting with Malcolm, one of the partners, but he's not very forthcoming when they ask what the meeting is about. And it turns out that's because they offered him partner. Oh, shit.
Do you think he didn't want to say anything because he wanted to share that moment with her privately first? That's kind of what I felt.
No, I felt like it was, I think if it were me, I would be in a space of like, holy shit, this is a dream come true. Right. This is so huge. And then also, like, I don't want to brag and be like, guess who partner, nigga? Like,
it's because the way he was staring at her, it was almost that feeling of like, I have something so big to tell you, but these girls are here, like he wanted to share that with her. And then the other two nosies were standing there.
I mean, that might be it. I definitely didn't look at it that way, but that could be it. And Molly, to her credit, seems to be genuinely excited for him. I was thinking, old Molly would have been hating a little bit, like, how come they asked you to be partner and not me? But
but she's like, this is my man. You being partner is me being partner. Fuck what you heard.
And she even hugs him, which is completely out of normal Molly character. And then she tried to play it off like it was supposed to be a group hug, but so weedy. We all know what's going on here. Soon as the two of them walked off, the girls were like, so they fucking right. Like, these two are definitely fucking right.
That scene was so funny. They didn't hesitate. She was eating her snacks like, they definitely fucking.
Damn show is. Yep. So while all that is going on, Lawrence is talking to Chad about his search for a new place, saying very pointedly that the next one needs to have everything he wants because he's not going to settle. I'm like, okay, girl, don't start. But...
Layers.
Okay.
Also, Chad Hive, what up? Hey, Chad.
No.
We here.
It's you and somebody else who needs to stop. It's like 4 people in this hive. Nobody is Chad Hive. You need to let that shit go. But they start talking about Derek and Tiffany's going away party, and Lawrence says that he doesn't think he's going to go because Issa will definitely be there. You know, those are technically her friends. But Chad, who is king of the worst advice in the world, I really don't know what friend.
I thought this was great advice.
Oh, Christ, you would.
He said to him, you treat life like you're sitting at the dock of the bay. He was like, fight for her. Fight for her.
Why?
Yes.
No.
Come on, Chad. Finally.
No.
Something worth saying.
Oh, girl.
Her? Why?
I mean, they're her friends, technically.
Okay, so what's the problem? She let you go, you ain't fight for it. Sound like y'all peaceful to me.
What you mean I ain't fight for it?
You know how you are. Sitting back letting life happen to you like you on the dock of the bay.
No, I couldn't force her to be with me.
You remember what I went through with Leah? All I had to do just for barely fucking a set of titties? I'm just saying, if it was me, nothing would have stopped me from getting her back.
Sit your ass down.
No.
No, order your fucking
Chad.
quiche. No.
I was here for it. I loved it.
You would.
I thought
would.
it was exactly what Lawrence asked me to hear, and sometimes your friends need to hear that. It's true.
Just like last time when I said Chad be putting a battery in Lawrence's back.
He
and
does, though,
motivating
which
him
is so annoying.
to do
'cause
terrible
it's like,
things.
You cannot let Chad put a battery in your back. But for this one, I was with it. I'm with you when you're right.
No, Fran. You see how the episode ended. Nah, we gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna fucking get there. So the going away party is at Tiffany's parents' house, of course, and it is gorgeous, all decked out. It looks very, classy and super talented 10th-ish, and just this nice things here. Okay,
it really did.
Candy
Very,
in jars.
very Pinterest setup, right?
It was.
Straight out of Pinterest.
It really was. So Issa and Nathan are talking with Derek and Tiffany and Kelly when Derek offers Nathan his toaster, which opens up the conversation to the news of Issa and Nathan moving in together, consolidating belongings. Because your toaster, if it don't have a crumb tray, then we might need these niggas' toasters. So, like,
she's like, they bougie. Don't say no. It might be nice shit from Williams Sonoma.
Listen. And Derek said, don't play me. Like, bitch, you know good and fucking well I got a crumb tray.
He was like, because they have them that don't have a crumb tray. So what do you do?
Like,
turn the toaster over?
Don't know what you mean, but
and pat it into the garbage. Yes, some of us do.
That's what the rest of us do. So Nathan steps away to take a call when his phone rings, and Molly and Torian show up. Love this moment where the girls
so
are like,
cute. Right? Wishy
was
gushy.
like, calm the fuck down. Molly's mama is still deeply in love with Kelly. They be going on their walks and having a good ass time.
That's so funny because that's such a mama thing.
It is.
Meeting up to go for walks.
To go for a walk. It is, and I bet she got a walking stick and everything.
Okay.
Like, it's just her stick.
And her special walking sneakers.
So
cute.
man. And Molly makes it a point to ask Kelly if she's down to team up again to help Issa's mama this time.
Hello. This is one of the parts that I pinned because I was like, we called it. You called the fact that she would be going into finance for herself. And then I was bringing up how I have a feeling Molly and Kelly are going to team up for this so she can be the lawyer while Kelly creates the estate plans. And it's just genius. And I hope that they really push forward with this plan. That would be so dope.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. Like, either they go into business themselves, like they start. Because remember how in the first episode of this season, when Issa is talking to like young Issa in the mirror, young Issa brings up, did you start that law firm with Molly? So maybe Molly will start something similar with Kelly Or, since Molly's already at a black firm, maybe they can just bring Kelly on in like a new capacity.
Right,
I don't
like
know.
a new division, an estate division at the firm.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yes.
Okay.
Something like that.
I
right?
see it.
But either way, I love this because, Kelly said she was trying to move away from being in white people's business, and she is definitely going.
And she is doing it.
In that direction. Yes. So Nathan comes back to say that Arik will be stopping by to pick up his keys because, of course, Arik lost his keys once again. And Torian. Now, Torian really seems like a sweet guy. I really like him for Molly. But when he realized that his gift was inappropriate for the party, he was like, oh, just throw this shit in the trash. And so everybody's like, so you brought us actual garbage? But no. He
Can
brought
I
edibles.
say something? I completely misread this scene. Because he was standing there looking so stressed and nervous and awkward, and then it shot to him looking at that little girl walking past.
Yeah.
And the jaded part of my brain was like, oh, shut up. He has a secret family or some shit. Like, when I tell you, my brain shot in a completely different place. And then when I realized, it's because it was fucking edibles. Okay, never mind.
No, girl, I thought the same thing. I said, please don't let this man have a baby that we don't know nothing about.
Please don't let that be his secret child passing him in the party. Like, that's sad, but that's what I thought.
I mean, for half a second I did too, but no, it's edibles. And even though, so we see that this shot of the little girl is because this party is not a grown-up.
Includes kids.
Right.
That's why he felt guilty. I was like, okay, storyline. Okay.
I thought we was turning up. No, this is a light-skinned day party. You thought.
Okay.
So, right. But Molly talks him into taking one anyway and says, let's do this together.
Stress.
And they each pop one. Now, I will say this. I can tell just by the packaging which brand
that
this
was
is.
Really? And that was at minimum 10 milligrams. So they was about to get lit.
No, they was, maybe I
I'm a
do
lightweight.
too many drugs, right?
I'm a lightweight. So for me, 10 milligrams would have had me dancing.
Girl, absolutely not. 10 milligrams is going to take the edge off so that I can sit here and be around all these people I don't know. 10 milligrams
fair.
is not finna have me doing the fucking most. I'm not going to. But they decide to go into it together, so all right.
Jesus.
Girl. So Lawrence and Condola arrive at the party with little Elijah.
And it was cool to see them, like on some cool shit. I still am loving the intimacy that doesn't have any romance. Like, I think that's really cool. Nice to see.
Condola notices Lawrence staring at Issa and definitely like dumps the baby off on him so that she can run to the bathroom. I also thought that was deliberate. Like,
I wondered what that meant though. Like, what do you think was her intention with spotting him staring and then giving him the baby?
Well, first of all, to remind both of them that Elijah's here, so your little plans are fucked up. And it'll never be that art hole moment y'all had again with the lighting and all that. It'll never be that again. So first of all,
you think it was her way to ground him into reality in that moment? Like, I see what's going on,
also
but
Issa.
Remember this. Oh, fair.
I think she did it for Issa too, to be like, oh, he's a daddy, and this is not your baby.
So you think there was some pettiness involved?
I do, because although I don't think Condola wants Lawrence for herself, and the older Elijah gets, the more she will realize this. I think she also does not like the fact that Lawrence is so clearly in love with somebody else. Right. I think she feels a way about
in her
it, and
face
so she's just
too.
Like, yeah,
it's like
right. Like, I'm right here.
Right. And she was in the middle of that triangle, so it's probably burns a little bit more, It's like, shit, this was who he's wanted the entire time. Like, that's the reality of this shit. Yeah, so I felt the way about that part. Yeah. It wasn't as pure as she made it seem in that moment. I have to compete. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. But while she's gone, it's Issa's turn to notice Lawrence while also trying not to burn her mouth on the damn fried mac and cheese balls. But Issa is not the only one who spots this man with his baby, because Nathan does too. And he's straight up like, oh, so that's old boy? I said, oh, no. Oh, no.
And you saw his whole energy shift. And this is the other part I put a pin in, because last week I was saying, remember, I was like, I think she's going to get a slight cop-out in this triangle because she's either going to have to come to terms with the fact that she still wants Lawrence and say something, or Nathan is going to see her, see him, and catch all of that on his own. And this is exactly what's happening. And I'm so mad, kind of, because I wanted Issa to have to, like, boss up in this triangle, you know? I didn't want her to have an out.
She's not going to do that. She's not going to do that.
Oh, it's so annoying. She got lucky.
But, yeah, she does at least tell Nathan the truth about Lawrence. Like, yeah, that is him. And he moved back a while ago, you know, not entirely sure why, but it's not crazy to think that it's to be closer to his son. And the conversation is awkward, but she was like, you want another drink? And I'm like, oh yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Let's drink. Like,
let's get in our feelings and drink. Oh, Jesus.
You're already in your feelings. You've already been drinking. And so now let's do it again some more. All right. Won't end well for you, Issa, but okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody's arriving. Even Amal is at the party talking to Tiffany, who, you know, he has always adored. The few moments we've seen them together have been really sweet. And he even said, like, so you ain't bring no new niggas for me? But Rolando is right there. Hello, bitch. Focus.
Hi.
There you go. Amal talking about, you know my heart. Okay.
Friends.
Yeah, but Tiffany calls for a toast right when the edible starts hitting for Molly and Torian. Torian is the unexpected comic relief throughout this episode for me. The way he was like, you smell cheese balls? Like, I know I smell fried macaroni. I know that I do.
I died at Molly thinking that Tiffany hitting the glass with the spoon was her, with the fork was her in her head. I was like, oh, this edible is tapping on her shoulder. And
immediately, I'm annoyed at both of them because, again, this is 10 milligrams and y'all are really tripping. But
this is me, Crissle.
It is.
Some of us can't hang.
Some of y'all can't
now
hang.
You know why. Every time y'all do it, I don't. Because this will be my ass here and shit, looking for food. I mean, that's me anyway.
But while they over there and the edible is hitting, Tiffany is spouting off random facts about Denver, talking about the park system and shit. And it's that thing people do when they want to. Yeah, they want to convince themselves.
Me. Remember with Portland, it's got so many trees.
You guys, it's got clean air.
You can breathe easy, and there's mountains 5 minutes from my house.
Okay, that's your business, though. So just like you, Tiffany is, hyping herself up for this move, and she gives a shout out to Kelly, her, actual ride or die. Derek shouts out his Papa Posse, which is a terrible name. But, they're going back and forth talking about their friends. What'd she say about Issa? There's no one else like you in my life. Like, that's not a compliment.
Issa was like, thanks.
Right.
Okay.
And then when Chad was like, do me, like a big excited kid.
And then them not doing him and him being sour for the rest of the party.
But they didn't even get to Chad because Jero's big ass walked up with his new lady friend.
And Molly being high as balls couldn't even hide how she felt about that, which was so funny.
I said, I'm going to, like, girl, and then talking about, y'all heard that, bitch? The whole entire party heard that. We all heard it. But I'm going to blame it on the edibles. Bless your heart. Tiffany wraps up the speech by repeating a line she already said. And like you said, Chad is still really pissed that he didn't get no fucking shout out.
He said, I bought him a eel suitcase.
Okay. 100% eel, nigga.
An endangered species.
I was going to say, this doesn't sound like a good idea, nor do I think I want to carry an eel suitcase. But anyway, Tiffany didn't expect to get so overwhelmed. She takes the girls into the house. The boys go off by themselves and start talking. And I said, well, this won't be good. And I was right.
You just knew it. You sensed it.
Fran, this conversation should have been benign. It should have been.
But it was not.
They talking about the food that Derek is going to miss in L.A., and, yes,
and
LA has great food. It does.
It turned into Nathan and Lawrence talking about Issa.
It turned into a sword fight.
Honestly, the food. Mexican, barbecue, sushi. I mean, there's no way Denver has good sushi.
Barbecue sounds so good right now.
I mean, LA got bomb-ass weather, but y'all gotta leave the barbecue alone.
Oh, no, sir. LA got some bomb barbecue spots.
Yeah, I mean, you got Woody's, Bloodsoul's, Moose Craft, Ray's. That's just off the top.
Yeah. You a transplant. Just say that.
I'm from Houston.
Yeah. Felt it.
Go ahead and talk your shit, Houston. They got the meats out there.
They do. They really do.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I still stand by LA having good barbecue, though. You know, people who haven't been here long enough, they just write it off.
That's true, too.
Nah, once people have Texas barbecue, they know it's good.
Barbecue must not be good enough to keep them there.
Oh, this gets so tense.
Nathan, as a Texas boy, he definitely has to speak up and talk about how the barbecue in LA ain't shit. Houston got the meats.
I mean, I don't think he was lying, but I think they took it too far.
I would say that you can find good anything in LA, but I think if you're talking about the sheer number of places with good barbecue, I don't see how Texas wouldn't outnumber you. Simply because barbecue is like, I mean, it's like guns and the American flag. It is Texas. Like, it is right. So, but it gets real ugly real quick. And, you know, Nathan talking about, well, once people have Texas barbecue, they know it's good. And then Lawrence talking about, but is it good enough to keep them there? And like, are we still talking about meat? Because
I love the mall because the mall was like, I'm picking up what y'all putting down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Up.
And I felt like he was trying to break the tension by asking Nathan about getting a haircut tomorrow. But Nathan was like, oh, no, I'm still looking at apartments with Issa. So,
just added a whole extra log to the fire. And you saw Lawrence's face just drop.
He was sick.
Like, end of war, you won.
He was absolutely nauseous. Right. And Chad, of course, was still acting needy. But Derek, who is a dad, maybe picked up on this needy child energy and was like, simmer down.
Derek, who's a dad.
He is. And I feel like he was like, you know, you don't have to stress out about this. We're friends outside of Lawrence. And then here go Chad relaxing his fucking nerves. I said, yeah,
He talked to the kid in him. I loved it.
He did. He did. And I see that you're insecure. But I'm going to go ahead and reassure you that we're still friends. No worries.
Oh,
girl, you and your feelings. Well, the girls are inside, and everybody's having a personal toast since Kelly said champagne don't count as alcohol. Sure, but, you know, you can change your mind about your boundaries and things you want at any moment. But it's really sweet. They're having a cute time. Tiffany lets them know that she's coming back for Molly's birthday. And she actually said that, you know, she already talked to Derek about it and he's down with it, which I did not love, even though I understood it. Like, I get that you're married and you have a baby. So you can't just go off whenever you want to, whenever you feel like it. But the idea that I would have to run it by somebody before I fly out for my girl's birthday is so crazy to me. Like, literally, I would never.
I'm
not going to talk to you about this.
Yeah, it's crazy because we are obsessed with our independence, and that's why we struggle.
That's
But I get it too. It's a team. Like, you ain't just leaving me with this kid. I just moved here for a new job. Like, he's still probably getting settled in, and it just changes the course of his day. So I get that part, but I get it too. We all cringe. Like,
yeah. I was like, ugh, gross. But it's understandable. Like, I'm grossed out. I'm grossed out.
But it's a partnership. Yeah, you gotta let them know.
Especially with kids. Because it's going to be me over here with this baby for 3 days. But
exactly.
Issa gets the great idea for them all to gather for each other's birthdays. And Molly starts going on this high-ass tangent, talking about where we going to be in a couple of years, who going to be taller or smaller or both. And Issa's like, bitch, I'm the one who says stupid shit that don't make no sense. Fuck is going on with you? And then Molly just starts laughing uncontrollably. And I was like, 10 milligrams cannot be doing this to you.
Nobody
10
can.
milligrams.
And it does.
No.
Shout out to the lightweights of the world. Y'all need to grow up.
10 milligrams, girl. You are crying, laughing at nothing right now.
That's why I nibble. I nibble, okay? I need more control. I nibble.
No. You know what's actually funny? Kelly slapping the shit out of her and saying, what in the open fuck is wrong with you? Now that was funny.
No, That was crazy. I was like, no, the fuck she didn't.
Yeah, no, she needed to, because that bitch was hysterical. Somebody needs to bring you back down to fucking earth.
Grounding by slapping. That's a new one.
Yeah. So, and you got to tell your partner when you're doing drugs so we can do them together. And when she said partner, I'm like, okay, so maybe we are going to start our own business.
Another pin. I was proud of us. Predictions on point this episode.
Right. Well, before they can get too deep into that conversation, Condola walks in with the baby. And the girls all hit the hey, which
that was
hilarious.
so funny because the fact that it was in unison just amplified the fakeness.
Oh, yeah. Because it was going to be fake. But, yep.
Of course.
Yes.
Hey, Condola. Hey, girl.
The other three excuse themselves rapidly while Issa talks to Condola, and she calls Elijah cute, saying they're doing a good job with him, even though they don't need her. Kudos or whatever. And Condola's like, yeah, I heard about Art Walk from Old Boy, and yeah, we used to work together. Oh, he's so great. And the conversation is awkward, but it is also amicable, and that's probably as good as it's gonna get at this point in the game.
But I felt a little weird. It kind of felt like Condola was like checking up on her, because it's like, damn, my moves from your previous coworker. Like, how did I even come up? That's how I felt in that moment.
I mean, maybe he posted pictures of it on Instagram or something, and so Condola saw the pictures and was
I
like,
felt
"Oh,
a little
Issa's
weird."
thing.
Because if like that's like you bumping into your ex's new partner, and they're telling you all the moves you're making, you wouldn't be like, "Okay, girl."
I mean, I would be like, I would be like, don't talk to me about this, but I wouldn't be surprised that she knew, because I'm me and my shit be everywhere. So
okay. It's me season,
So,
like
yeah.
Issa said.
Right. Like real Issa said.
No,
So
like real.
You didn't have to bring that up, but of course you knew about it. So,
Right? It felt a little
you
strange to me, but then again, this is an awkward interaction as a whole, so we can't be surprised as shit is just, they're looking for shit to say to each other to be amicable, so I get it too.
I mean, and consider that Issa, when she last thought about this moment, she pictured throwing that baby into the trash.
Fair.
So
I'll take this.
Right. I'll take this over, you hurting that infant.
Murder. Yeah.
So when Molly walks out of the house, Dro is right there at the bar getting some drinks, and she wastes no time at all. Now, I loved this scene because she wasted zero time talking about Dro's divorce. I want the rest of you girls to understand that the open relationship was what it was, and the divorce is what it is. And, Dro, to his credit, he says he wanted to be the one to tell her, but, doesn't really want to talk about it. Shit happens. He's moving on, and that's that. So, Molly says that Dro's new girl seems nice. He says the same thing about Torian, who is like right behind him.
Eating snacks.
Right. Fucking them grapes up.
So
and high as shit. Right. And Molly introduces Dro to Torian immediately and tells the entire truth. I used to fuck this man. And, it was an open relationship. Shit got really messy. But, it's all good now. We're super cool now. And Torian is like, oh, okay. Yeah, I heard you. And Dro is the one who's all uncomfortable talking about, Molly, chill. But Molly don't have no reason to lie or beat around the bush or be coy about this, because she has somebody she actually gives a fuck about. And that's not you.
Okay.
That's not you, sir. You expected Molly to be like, oh, this is my friend, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, no, this is some old
She's
dick.
like, I'm going to tell you exactly what the fuck this is. And it's funny, the difference between sober Dro trying to do the pleasantries and high-ass Molly with the truth serum. They were just on two different frequencies. But I love that Torian was on it, like he was like, cool, thanks for telling me. And that just kind of further solidified that this dynamic is dope. Like, I'm happy for her. I'm here for it. Yeah.
Plus, he used to sell Adderall. So, Torian knows what it's like to have a past.
I was like, oh, edgy for Torian.
Okay. Illegal, but interesting. Keep talking. Meanwhile, Issa done found Nathan and a chocolate fountain. So she's super hype.
And what she call it, macarons?
I said she finna dip everything in that fucking chocolate.
She said the rainbow ones, which are so damn good, so I'm not mad.
Oh, Lord, friend. But Nathan's mood is clearly off, but when Issa tries to talk to him about it, he gets a text from Arik, who is out front to pick up the keys. So he goes out to meet him. Issa's just looking like, ooh, yikes.
She's like, oh, shit.
Not sure what that's about. Right. Meanwhile, Condola is telling Lawrence about her convo with Issa. And Lawrence is, of course, extremely interested, but trying to play it off like he ain't.
He looked nervous. He was like, oh, that's great. What'd you talk about?
My baby mama and my child's future stepmama.
Right. You talked about the love of my life. What'd y'all say?
Not that he can say that, but, Condola says it was awkward, but, it was cool. And she hates having that weird energy with people, which Lawrence can absolutely understand.
He's like felt relatable content talking about barbecue. Child.
But I don't think Condola is super pressed about the situation, because she does then say, my child is tired and I'm finna take him home, and don't worry about coming with us. This is the last time you're gonna be with all your friends for a while.
I like this. I like her. Also, I think there was a part of her too that realized in this moment, like that earlier thing felt petty. But I think she kind of reeled it back in and was like, you know what? This shit is what it is.
Right.
Let me move myself out the way. Even the baby. Let's go do us.
Right.
You go handle your shit. I really feel like she was giving him a layup in this part. At least that's how I read it.
No, I did too. And I was not annoyed with her, because yes, do that. But I just thought, with Condola gone, he's definitely going to feel free to talk to Issa.
Of course.
And since Chad done gave him this terrible advice,
he set
definitely
the
going to pull up on her.
Yeah, this was the whole reason to go to this shit. So I love that she moved out the way and had the intelligence to feel that. This is why we came. Let me leave you alone. And of course,
he spotted Issa right then, looking incredible, fucking glowing in the sun and shit. So
Spirit was like, let's go.
Oh, girl, not Spirit. Don't do that. No.
Spirit said, let's go.
No, sometimes it's just nigga shit.
And Chad.
And speaking of Chad, he's not in this scene, but he might as well be, because Nathan is at the curb giving Arik his keys, talking about the party and how he don't like this slick bullshit that Lawrence is on, talking about barbecue and shit. And this is when I said Arik is clearly Nathan's Chad. Because this nigga was like, I don't know what you mean, but fuck that. And we can run up in that bitch and set some shit off. And it's like, slow down.
Talking about we could give him a different kind of fade with the barber puns. I was like, this is funny. I love it though. He said, I don't know what barbecue is, but I'm going to go in there because it sounds disrespectful.
Friend.
This is you and Jade.
So it's a pattern. It's a pattern that I'm seeing with you right now. Because you encouraged that Chad bullshit. You was in line for that Chad bullshit. And now here you are with Arik Chad doing the same shit.
You could take the girl out the hood.
Nathan is not trying to run them extra fades, okay? He's going to keep it cordial and cute at the party, but it's good to know. Yeah, Arik is there. All you got to do is call if you need me. So that's nice. But we should not even be thinking this way. But look at this light-skinned ass party. It's not even supposed to go down like that, my nigga.
Right, you're right. There's kids, there's fucking macaroons and shit.
We're not doing that. It's a chocolate fountain in this bitch. Oh, so Molly and Torian, who still, I want to remind y'all, had 1 10 milligram edible. 1 10 milligram edible.
That's all we need. Shit.
Searching for the waiter who has the mac and cheese balls, telling other niggas to get out their face. When Molly spots the back room where all the food is kept, and I knew exactly what was finna happen.
Oh my God. The fact that this scene was like 5 minutes long was so funny to me.
Of them just shoveling food down their mouths. It's a damn shame.
He is living up to his name. Torian, I see the vision.
Oh, friend.
This warmed my heart. They ate to their heart's content.
They did.
Oh
God. Shoving food in their mouths. I said 10 milligrams. Y'all cannot be that high. I actually feel for y'all if you get that high off of a 10 milligram edible, I really feel for you.
But is it like a muscle where like, because I haven't done it in so long, so the 10's gonna fuck me up, but if I do it consistently, then I can build up?
Yes.
Or some of us just...
It's tolerance. It is.
I'm like, are some of us just lightweight for life? Because I just never have been able to surpass 10 milligrams as my comfort zone.
You don't consistently ingest 10 milligrams either.
Fair.
If you did, you would build your tolerance up. So I guess it is possible, but I'm just looking at it like, as the weed connoisseur that I am, I'm stunned that y'all are being this extra. But Molly, right there, she sees one of the workers walking back towards the room. So now y'all have to get out the way. And I just know that nigga walked in and was like, what in the
Could you imagine? Say, who in the fuck?
Like, girl, we can't serve none of this. What came in here and did this? Was it a raccoon?
I really wish they would have showed their face. I just really wanted to see that.
Right. So Molly and Torian escape to the pantry, and this nigga still holding fried macaroni balls on a stick. And, the ridiculousness of the situation is hitting them. They laughing. Torian's having a good time. And Molly has a really vulnerable moment where she admits that she's scared by how fun and happy she feels with Torian because, she tends to mess shit up.
That's dumb.
I currently have smushed cheese in my jacket pocket, so can't be that dumb.
I guess a part of me is just kind of worried about how good of a time I'm having with you. This is easy and feels real natural, and that scares me.
Why?
Because at some point when people get close, I mess things up. Dudes get tired of me, or at least they have in the past, and I am just worried that if you get tired of me, it's gonna really hurt.
Actually, with me, it's the opposite. I hated you at first, but now I'm starting to like you. I'm not gonna get tired of you, Molly.
I love this moment that she said that to him. It just really shows her growth, number one, and just the safety she feels emotionally with Torian, which is a big thing. So I'm happy to see this.
It is. And he is not finna get tired of you, girl. He actually finna fuck you right here amongst Tiffany's parents' dry goods. He finna fuck you right
she had
here.
a hand on a snack.
With the
I was like,
cereal.
this is just, could I have designed a better scene?
Weed, food, and dick. One right after the
come
other.
on.
Molly is having a great night, okay?
Happy for you, sis.
Woo. But while she's getting dick down, Lawrence finds Issa, corners her off, and kind of startles her a little bit, but tries to talk to her about his feelings, asking why she called him last month. And she says, it was a mistake. Yes, I did it deliberately, but, an error. I should not have done that. And Lawrence, letting Chad provide the energy for this rant, says that he understood why Issa ended things back then with the craziness of the pregnancy and all that, but shit is different now, and he's different now, and he can't leave tonight without knowing that he fought for her. And I'm just
come
like,
on, say
tone
it.
down the rom-com.
I stood up.
I need it. No,
I
you
stood
would.
up. Tell her, Lawrence. Tell her how you feel. And Issa was eating it up. She couldn't do that. Like, she couldn't show it in case Nathan was watching, which he was. But listen, players, we know how to move. She couldn't show it, but inside she was like, I have been waiting for you to say this.
Girl.
Yes.
No.
Woo!
No, because Issa says she doesn't know. She says she doesn't even know if it would matter if Lawrence had tried to fight for her and tries to walk off, but Lawrence is stepping in her way and is like, we're gonna have this conversation right now, and are you happy? Are you happy? And she was like, nigga, are you really asking me this right now? But
he hit her with the I love you, and that's urgent as a motherfucker.
Oh my God.
If you know,
talking about he not happy when he not with her and he love her.
Inject this into my veins.
Child.
Can I get this scene as an NFT?
Girl. No, you may not. I was so irritated with Lawrence in this scene. Like,
wow, we're just so different, Crystal.
it's
I was
not
so
even
happy.
the feelings. It's not even the feelings. It's the fact that you're doing all this and applying all this pressure when I am at a party for my home
With my man.
With my man. Like, why are you doing this right now? It's so
sometimes
fucking annoying.
Bees like that.
No,
okay?
it don't have to bees like that. But of course,
Now or
Nathan
never.
walks up.
Oh shit. This is the part I feared. And I said last week, he's gonna see some shit. I just had a feeling, and there we go. And the worst part is when you see an interaction like that, he didn't even know that Issa was like pushing back and being like, not here, not now, I can't do this. All he sees is this,
These
Lauren
two.
saying, I love you. They're hiding behind a fucking bush and shit. Like, it just don't look good. It don't look good for Issa.
Even though Issa immediately, as soon as she saw Nathan, left Lawrence and went over to join her man.
It don't
talking
matter.
about she was just throwing something away, which was true. But then
that sound crazy.
Big dumbass Lawrence talking about, no, we was having a conversation. I'm like, oh my God.
Which I didn't like that. I thought that was whack of him because
that's why the fight started.
That part I was whack because he played her. He threw her under the bus in that moment for himself.
Yep.
Because she wasn't trying to have no conversation. You were. And so you should not have said that. You should have been like, my bad, bruh. She was walking. I stopped her. Like, it's all, but no. He had to
But
kind of
he's not going to do that. Because whose energy is he channeling right now? He on that Chad shit.
This part I didn't fuck with. I fucked with him telling her how he felt. I don't have no problem with that, but he should not have thrown her under the bus and fucked shit up with Nathan. Because now you being whack. Now you being whack.
And so, of course, when you start talking crazy to my man about how you was having a conversation and he need to chill and all this, of course it escalates into nigga shit entirely too quickly. Molly comes rushing out. I don't know if the dick was done or if she heard the commotion, but Molly comes to help Issa break everything up. I don't know.
That's true friendship. She was like, wait, something's happening.
We'll finish this later.
Right. Shit.
So they do manage to break the fight up before it gets too crazy, before niggas start actually throwing blows, but it's still super embarrassing. Like, everybody is turned around staring at y'all and this fucking melee. Nathan is like, no, just give me a minute, walking off without Issa.
Yelling and shit. It was bad. Yeah, everybody looked crazy, honestly.
Yeah. They did. But, Issa's not left alone because Molly is right there with her.
Always.
The real love of her life. To ask if she's okay and help her try to parse through what the fuck just happened. And that is where we end episode 9, Franiqua.
Oh my God. We're almost at the resolution. Like, what is the prediction, Crystal? We're almost here.
Oh, girl. I don't even know. You know what? I'm disgusted because
oh boy, which part?
We're clearly going to end up with Issa and Lawrence getting back together. Like, I think so. You don't have to. Don't clap. Don't clap.
I
don't
have
clap.
to. I just have to.
No, don't clap. And I still feel like it's too soon. Elijah is still like a damn infant. Condola still has whatever weird feeling she has. Like, I just don't. I don't want that to happen.
Life
Girl.
is messy and complicated, and when you love someone, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna figure it out.
Stop that shit. But yeah, I think things are going to dissolve with Nathan, although I don't know how that breakup conversation is going to go.
Right.
But yeah, it seems pretty clear that's where we're heading with this. So
we called it.
I'm trying to think. Molly and Torian, girl, this is
so
it for
cute.
her. Yeah.
I know. And you know what?
This
Can
is
I just
Molly's
say,
man.
look at the difference in that scene where Issa and Nathan were apartment shopping and she couldn't even openly mention Lawrence or having lived with him. Remember when that awkward part where he was like, I don't know about the dudes you've been living with. And she kind of,
like,
and it was that weird tension. And then she kind of had to just throw her brother's name out there on some like, well, I was referring to my brother. So I don't know, what you think I'm talking about. And it was just that like inability to just speak on what shit is. Like, yeah, I lived with Lawrence. You know, I did. We lived with Lawrence for years. That is exactly who I'm referring to. And then you see Molly and Torian with Dro. Granted, they were high as balls, so they had a little. Granted, but it just shows the difference when you're in a dynamic that's good for you. You know, you can speak about your life freely. Like, I just think that that's important. And something about that kind of juxtaposition to me stood out and said a lot. And I feel like Issa really has too much going on internally that she can't even share with Nathan and vice versa.
I mean, that's true. And I also think that it's the fact that she doesn't have that. She's not with Nathan, I think, because she really feels this passion for him.
Right.
I think, you know, she always liked Nathan, and so she wants this to work. And even more so now because she just wants to get past Lawrence. Like, not trying to be caught up in that nigga and his baby mama and whatever shit he got going on. So she's just like laser focused on this new relationship that isn't actually the right fit for her. So
exactly.
I hate to see the breakup, but I think it's coming. I think ultimately, since we only have one episode left, I'm saying series finale, Molly and Torian are getting married. Maybe even having kids, but I see Torian for her.
Maybe if they fast forward or some shit, right? I'm like, hold up, wait. In the next episode.
I mean, no. I really doubt that we stay in like the same year for the last episode because it's the last one of the series.
Right,
so,
right. They have to show how shit unfolds. That's true too.
Now, Issa, NBW versus Crenshaw. I still am going to go with NBW.
No.
I'm still going to go with NBW.
Nope. I'm telling you, she's going all the way. She's going to follow her heart with Crenshaw, and she's going to follow her heart with Lawrence.
No. I see NBW, and so that whole rich fantasy she has, she's just doing it with Lawrence and, you know, her stepchild.
I mean, that'd be nice, but I don't see it.
And then Molly and Kelly working together. Maybe it'll be a couple of years later and they have their own business and, you know, thriving, helping niggas get their papers together. And Tiffany,
1000%.
You know, whatever Tiffany's doing in Denver, you know, she'll just be in Denver being light-skinned and being Derek's wife.
And sad and missing her friends.
Right. She'll be in Denver. I mean, technically it has over 300 days a year with sunlight. Like, don't nobody from California want to hear that.
And what did Chad tell Derek? He was like, you about to be a fraction.
Oh, yeah.
Because they ain't got no black people.
That is another thing. Right. That's Fran over there, okay? The peppercorn and the rice.
Okay. But the air is good. We got mountains 5 minutes away. No, but my predictions completely align with yours with the exception of Issa going. Issa's not going to MBW. I really feel like she's gonna stay with Crenshaw, and it's gonna do really well though. And it's going to be an NBW without her having to, quote unquote, sell out or team up with, you know, the more refined brand. I think she's going to take a risk. You know what? That's Issa's theme.
Good for her.
She's going to take risks on both ends. Risks to her heart because this shit with Lawrence is not going to be easy.
Oh, girl.
But it's who she wants. And a risk with Crenshaw because it's not going to be easy, but it's where she should be. Boom.
Okay.
And Molly and Torian, I'm with you on them being together. I mean, I think that's inevitable at this point. They're going to get married. I don't know if we're going to see that. I'm curious.
Yeah, no. Maybe we'll end with like an engagement with him proposing to her.
I'm so curious, but I'm with you on it being that. Like, that's their trajectory for sure. And then Tiffany, I don't know. I'm sorry to say. It's just like, hey, girl, bye, girl.
Don't be sorry, right.
And then Kelly and Molly are for sure starting a firm. Or like you said, the firm that Molly works for, especially with Torian being partner now.
Right.
He can pull in a new division because he has more say. Okay? He got more say.
Okay, I'm fucking with that because Torian even said at the party that he thought it was a great idea what they were doing. That
boom. So now that's just
So
I'm with you on that because now they have way more access to whatever they want to create in that firm. So I'm with you on them creating a division that's for like estate planning. So Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on everything. I think this is going to be good. I think it's going to be sad. I'm curious how they're going to close out Nathan, because I don't know how that's going to close out. Is he going to ghost her?
He going to go back to Houston. No,
is he going to ghost her like he did last time?
No, I think we're past that. But I do think he's going to take his ass back to Texas, you know, and find somebody a little less complicated. Find somebody who's not still in love with her ex, maybe.
I ain't mad. Go get your barbecue and your new girl.
Issa is bullshitting, but
right. Yeah.
But that is where we end episode 9. Truly cannot wait to hear all of your reactions and predictions for next week. I know, right? Like injected into my fucking veins. And make sure you are tuned in next Sunday night at 10 p.m. on HBO to catch the series finale of Insecure. God. And then tune into the very last episode of Insecurity with me and Hey Fran Hazy.
Yay! I'm ready for the sex scene between Issa and Lawrence. I know it's coming.
Issa, please don't do that to us. Please don't do that to us.
I know you just know it's gonna be their skin and oil, and it's gonna be glistening. Watch,
not glistening.
You know how they do us.
Well, make sure you join in the conversation using hashtag Insecurity. That's INSECURITEA. And we will see y'all next week. Last episode, friends. Last episode. Insecurity is a Loudspeakers Studios production in association with Team Epiphany. We're your hosts, Crissle and Fran. The executive producers are Chris Morrow and Matt Raz.
The producer is Matt Raz. Our associate producer and editor is Tyrell Worley. And the show is engineered by Dwayne Crawford. Don't forget to subscribe to Insecurity wherever you get your podcasts.
Or check HBO Max to hear the latest episodes as soon as they drop.
Brr, 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 brr.